Good morning, everybody. Just before noon, let's track the rally and how we're doing. First thing I want to say, though, is I'm changing the article format, not how I write them, but I'm using video template instead of article template on Substack, and this is the first day I'm going to do it. So what, in theory, this should do is improve the video quality, but if it changes the template of the article and I'm not aware of that, please give me some feedback so I can flip it back, okay? Okay, so here is the reclaim level. This morning, and we need to look for the first high or low above the reclaim level. I'll show you what this looks like. I'll zoom in real quick. It all looks like there's a wick right here. But as soon as we held a high or low above the reclaim level and pushed up, this was the only way to get long to define a stop loss, okay? The reason this morning kind of stunk, like where you had to wait for the reclaim, is because we were in between a rock and a hard place. We could either reclaim, and if the reclaim failed, it was going to flush and then reclaim exactly the same way. It would have went like that, right? Remember, all plays are bullish above our breakout level all the way down at 7,300. So then the question becomes, if we know we're taking upside targets, and we know that this is still considered bullish, right? Like this and this are the same thing from a price action perspective, then how do you get long, right? You can't get long because you can't take a 45-point flush on ES, okay? But once we got here, this defined our stop loss, and you can get long. The only way you would get stopped out now is if this wick broke, and if this wick broke, you would look for a false stop breakdown of this wick to back test the breakout, and you would just get long again, okay? So the only way to get bearish here is to drop for 7,410, and if we drop for 7,410, we can do the play set up from this morning. This is why on futures, two things. One, you have to size down in trend, right? To handle volatility, and two, that's why you take a little bit of profits on the way up, because if you do get stopped out and it gives the exact same play again, you just want to get long. You don't want to be all or nothing ever, right? Futures is not the same as stock where we just hold through volatility. You're looking to take plays out of it. Okay, that being said, I'm almost certain we're heading to the upside. Whether, I don't know the very short-term route, but I'm looking here, 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 so on and so forth. Remember, over the weekend I said I'm going to play it in conjunction with Bitcoin. And you're like, hey, but Bitcoin's not running. ES is stronger than Bitcoin. What's the deal? It will. It needs to finish this drama. This daily close was our sign that it's going to come. This is just the higher low nonsense that we have to deal with. If this higher low nonsense holds, it will trend straight up and it will outpace ES, so don't be fooled by it lagging. It's not lagging, it's not weak, it's just going through the hurdles that all price action needs to go through, and these hurdles are great because it gives us the opportunity to position. Okay, let's run down the list. What's good, what's bad? Riot's doing great. It's heading towards target. Shocker, right? You should be selling bits of Riot on the way up. Our goal is to get up to around 34, 35 area, okay? But the goal is to DCA up into Mara because we are playing these like a pair trade. What is Mara doing? Slightly weaker, but still strong, right? Here's the reason we are DCAing in chunks and not all at once. Mara can shoot a straight red wick right on earnings, just straight down like this. And this would be a buying opportunity because our high time frame on Mara is up. That's why you fire your first bullet. You fire your second one after earnings, and once you catch trend, you can fire your third one, if that makes sense. So whether Mara goes straight up on earnings or straight down and then back up again, our high time frame is up. We are going to take Riot profits. We're going to bag it into Mara, but not all at once. You don't need to chase the breakout. Even though it looks bullish, I want to reiterate, guys, it could sell off 15% on earnings and still be bullish, and it would change nothing about our thesis. Please be aware of this. In fact, I will mark this out just so you know it's coming if it happens. Remember, backtests are not a certainty, but if they happen, they're an opportunity. And that's exactly what I'm outlining to you today. If this happens, it would be an opportunity to take those Riot profits and buy Mara cheaper and play the exact same breakout, okay? So make sure you're DCAing in the truest sense of the word, not just YOLOing your bag. Jasmine is doing great. It's just flagging. CRV is doing great. It looks like it's breaking out. AMD, we are doing the thing that we said. We are looking to grind up into a resistance. I have a feeling that when everything squeezes, AMD will finally hit its target, but it's probably going to be grindy between now and then, meaning it'll keep trying to trap you long, and then it'll go boop, and then reverse, kind of like what I've drawn. But Mine is a hypothetical, right? Let's see what else we got. Coin is killing it. We like coin. We like the stock, right? Here's the plan for coin. We are going to sell coin somewhere. I will let you know when it's time, but somewhere around 300 and look for a retest. My guess is what happens is Bitcoin hits a target and comes back down to consolidate, and so does everything else. And we are going to reload on coin when it gives the opportunity, but I need to see more of the chart. OXY's flying. Hey, guess what? This was another bottom tick, guys. This is like, I don't know, the 5th or 6th one in a row. What our plan is you sell off this first dildo. Why? Because OXY is not supposed to move like this, okay? It's not supposed to move in a straight line. So this little bit is going to be like 100% on your calls. If you got, 2-week DT, like I would never go shorter than 2 week. But what we're going to do is you take the rest of those calls, you close them around here, around 60, and then go flat. And if we get our short entry, we're going to ride it back down. And this is what it looks like to absolutely dominate a stock. Absolutely dominate. When you get long at 41 and you short 65, you go flat, you go long right here, and you short right here. There is, let's just call it what it is. Meta. Is Meta okay? Of course it's okay, guys. It hasn't broken its swing low. It just looks like garbage because BTC is consolidating. It looks like it's on the same sort of track as BTC, not on ES. Same thing with MSTR. I will tell you when to double down on MSTR, but you should be in profit regardless. But what I mean is add to it. Add to it's the better word. When to DCA up into it. Remember, we never DCA into losers. We DCA into pullbacks on winners. That's a whole different mindset, okay? News cruising. Let's see what we're doing. I think we're going to be taking profit soonish. Maybe 265, but until then, let's just let it do its thing. It's doing great. Netflix is coming down. I thought that Netflix would bounce, but it doesn't really matter. It still could. I still think it will if the market squeezes. I want to sideline Netflix completely until it finishes this drama because I don't really know what the drama is going to look like in here. I just know if it gives me the opportunity what to do when it does. Palantir sucks, and we are happy to see it die. MSTR is just Bitcoin. When Bitcoin breaks, sold Palantir. Oracle we hate because of Larry Ellison, and by we I mean me, but that's okay. I think NVIDIA is just following along this hypothetical thing that I drew just out of fun. Okay, that's good. Good on you, NVIDIA. I have a bunch of other plays that I am holding in my high time frame that I don't cover in Discord. I mentioned this earlier, guys. I will cover more stuff if I can trust you not to go all in. I know this is like a really protective, stupid thing to say. I totally get that. But I see so many people running these Discords where people want to post screenshots of 1,000% wins or 10 baggers or whatnot to attract people. And that's not the type of atmosphere I want to have. That's not like the type of people I want here. I want the people who want to manage high time. Like basically the original core of this Discord are professionals who manage a portfolio, and I just happen to be able to trade well, okay? And I happen to be able to get them to really optimize their portfolio on the way up and down, and I want that to be the core of this group. If it ever becomes something where people are like, hey, look at my 20 bagger because we just ticked it and I went on weeklies, I'm not going to cover it because I just don't want to appeal to that type of audience and attract more people with, all that meme culture stuff. But that's not saying I can't do it. In fact, I can. My win rate will drop a little bit. Right now, my win rate's really high. It's probably about 85% if you look through the legacy channels, which seems impossible, but it's not because I just wait for my setups, right? So there's not a lot of setups, but when it rains, it pours, and I know when to buy. I can add more because I understand how to play volatility, but you gotta know that if I'm adding more setups, the win rate will drop, so your sizing should drop. It's just like playing trend, right? You play a smaller sizing if for a bigger move, and when I'm speculating chop, you play a smaller sizing because it can turn into a 10 bagger real quick, but it can also go to zero just as fast, okay? But I do know how to buy support and spike resistance based on patterns that are forming, and we can cover those more. I just want to put that PSA out there. If basically what I don't want to happen is be like, I got a 10 bagger on NVIDIA, I got a 10 bagger on AMD, I got a 10 bagger on OXY, and then every time I go all in because it's a sure thing, and on that fourth time you just lose it all. Just control yourself, okay? It feels so goofy to just warn people, but it's so antithetical to how I've been running things in the past, and it's the entire reason I kept people from blowing up on miners when everybody was going all in 2 years ago, right? And instead we're just accumulating miners, playing it the correct way. Okay, so that mindset keeps you in the game way longer. But I really shine during times of high volatility, and that's what we're going into. So I can exploit that really well, and I will do that. But I just need you guys to do your part and not blow yourself up like tards. And if you can manage that, then we can cook, and we will do so. So size appropriately to be able to stick in trend. I don't think we're over yet. I think I know where we're going. Remember, your stop loss has to be down here, and if that stop loss is taken out, it's a rebuy opportunity. We are in a high time frame uptrend. The likelihood of these targets hitting is extremely high, and it's not a coincidence that those are the targets in my roadmap. I completely apologize for treating people like children. That's not my intention. I just want people to succeed and stay in this game as long as possible, because I know what's coming and I want you to be a part of it. Take care, guys. Bye.